Maurice, after more than a decade in power, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is in a dead heat against his main challenger. In fact, both men are claiming they won, and the official results may not be decided for several hours or even days. The election battle between Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his former army chief Benny Gantz had both candidates declaring victory. The right-wing political titan tweeting, "I thank the citizens of Israel for the trust." The retired general saying, "We won. The people in Israel said their word." Officially, the word after polls closed was too close to call. A tight race largely seen as a referendum on the 69-year-old vying for his fourth consecutive term.
Prime Minister Netanyahu has a lot of achievements.
Netanyahu has vowed to maintain control of the West Bank, and his campaign focused on his close relationship with President Donald Trump, who moved the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. President Trump is wildly popular in Israel.
We have never had a greater friend than President Trump.
A win would make Netanyahu Israel's longest ever serving leader, and re-election would give him a boost as he braces for what's likely to be criminal charges in a series of corruption scandals, even though he denies any wrongdoing.
Enough of corruption, and it's about time for a change.
The 59-year-old Gantz billed himself as a fresh start and tough when it comes to security.
Let us all wake up for a new dawn, a new history that we need to begin it.
These were the two main rivals, but a total of 40 parties took part in the race in Parliament. Local political expert Alan Sanders explains why there's such a keen interest in the Israeli elections here in the U.S.
Israel is one of the most important allies that the United States has in the Middle East. It's an area of stability. It's a region of stability for the United States in a larger region that is largely unstable. So there's more moral commitment, there's also a strategic commitment, and there's an intelligence commitment.
So once again at this hour, too close to call. The president of Israel ultimately has the final say in who will become prime minister. He'll consult with party leaders before he decides. Meanwhile, the elections there come as President Trump is preparing to release an Israeli-Palestinian peace proposal. Live in the newsroom tonight, Jessica Layton, CBS 2 News.